Hardik Pandya, India's vice captain and all-rounder, has been ruled out of the contest against New Zealand on Sunday. That game is coming to us from Dharamshala. Hardik, remember, tried to field off his own bowling. He twisted his ankle. He was taken off the field. We didn't see him after that. The BCCI is telling us that Pandya was sent for scans. Nothing lasting in terms of damage, but he's not flown with the Indian team to Dharamshala, and he's going to link up with the Indian team in Lucknow. That game against England is on the 29th of October. Let's get Dav Watmore's reactions to that. You expected a lengthy layoff. Is this a good layoff in a sense? Gives him what, about 10 days before that game in Lucknow?
Yeah, it's a good layoff for him, but it's not a good result for the team. Everyone, Diggy, that watched that sad piece of fielding wouldn't be surprised that he's not going to be available for the next game, and I for one was sure that it's going to take some time, and he may not even be ready for the next one either, because these things take a little bit of time. But I'm sure also that they would have preferred this injury to happen when they are due to play a perceived weaker team. Yeah, that's right. But unfortunately, that's not the case.
Okay, but just take us through how these injuries sort of pan out. It's not something in his control. He went for the ball. He twisted his ankle. He, in fact, could have done much more serious damage. But the fact that he's not travelled with the team from Dharamsala to Lucknow, which means if they have a chartered flight, they go straight, or else it's a connection via Delhi at least, or Chandigarh. What does that tell you? How serious is it, even though they're not letting much on at the moment?
No, I think it's a good thing that he's gone to perhaps a specialist where he can get a dedicated rehab time. And I'm sure that updates will be coming daily. It's a good thing. I reckon that's the best way that he's going to return to competition.
Okay, but with the nature of the injury, what actually happens in a situation like this?
It's a sprain, ankle sprain. I've done a couple of those, both ankles over the years, and it really hurts. And you saw that Hardik Pandya couldn't put any weight on that foot. So it's going to take a little bit of time, and it's going to take a bit of effort on his part to get through some pain. You're going to have to acknowledge that you're going to have some pain returning to competition.
Okay, so we've seen sort of football injuries, and the players are on crutches to avoid sort of putting pressure on that ankle. Obviously, when do they start getting him back on the field? Does he first start to regain that feeling when he starts to walk? How do these injuries sort of pan out?
From my limited knowledge, these injuries, you've got to get back on that injured ankle as soon as possible. As much as it sounds silly, you need to isolate it for a day or two, but then you've got to get back, put weight on it, keep walking on it and put pressure on it. That's where the pain comes. But you've got to go through that, and if you can get through that barrier, then he's got a reasonable chance of being fit and available for selection in the shortest possible time.